Hello YouTube and welcome to the comic book channel. In today's video, I'll be showing my comic book pickups from the local comic book shop for the week of what I believe is March 22nd, 2023, but it could also be the 23rd. I have absolutely no clue whatsoever. To get us started from Sumerian, here is the all-new #1 Pop Scars, issue #1. Next up, we've got from Archie's Horror imprint. Here is Chilling Adventures Present Pop's Chocolate Shop of Horrors, issue #1. Maybe I should slow down, take a deep breath before I talk. Next up from Red 5 Comics is Fallen, issue #1. I got this cool preview issue from some publisher, Evans Arts. This is a Prayer for the Hunter preview issue. Valiant has a new volume of Exo Manowar, Unconquered, #1, with this really awesome cover that I love a lot. Next up from Opus Comics, we got a one-shot in the Monsters of Metal universe. This is Monsters of Metal, My Bloody Valentine, #1. Great slasher movie, even greater shoegazy grunge band, even better comic book. My Bloody Valentine, part of the Monsters of Metal. Next up, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I got this incentive cover version of the Green Ranger there. Rest in peace. Next up from Blood Moon Comics, here's a new #1, Pop-Up Exhibit A, The Gruesome Granny. Scary looking art there. And speaking of scary, cool art from Cullen Bunn and Vault Comics, here is Door to Door, Night by Night, issue #4. An awesome series. If you guys are not reading this, you definitely should be, and especially because, where's the price? Can you see that price there? You probably can't because it's a little too close. That's right, these comics are only $1.99. Each issue is $1.99. Great horror, great writer, great artists. Pick it up for sure for $1.99. You can't beat that. Next up is a new #1, and this is from Boom Studios. This is The Neighbors, issue #1. That is the homage cover. And then here we have the Franny 1 per store unlockable variant. That's really cool. Like that cover a lot. Here's a book that I'm really stoked about. The first issue was cool. I heard this one's even better. This is from Dark Horse Comics, and this is Blue Book #2. If you're into X-Files-y, alien UFO abduction, stuff like that, you'll definitely want to check this out. Of course, it's written by a modern master, and it's just some really cool stuff in here. So definitely check that out. Next up from Dark Horse Comics, we have Order and Outrage #1. Look at this amazing cover. Plus, you see that name right there, Jim Starlin on the cover. Don't need to say anything else. Definitely check that out. Next up from Image Comics, we have, I think this is called, I'm going to go with Dead Romans. I think that's the name of it. This is a virgin cover, but it doesn't say anywhere on the back what it is. I don't know. Oh, yes, Dead Romans, sorry. Dead Romans #1. Cool looking book there. And here's a really amazing cover on Scorched, issue 16. Yes, issue #16. Check out that cover. Really awesome. Couple of great covers this week. That is definitely one of them. From IDW Comics, here's issue #6 of Earth Divers Kill Columbus. I hear in this issue, they actually kill Columbus. From IDW Comics, here's issue 138 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with this Kevin Eastman variant. Over to Source Point Press, we have The Curse of Cleaver County, issue #1. Next up, also from Source Point Press, another new #1. This is Deep Dark #1. And one more from Source Point Press. This one's a one-shot. This is, you know what? use your best judgment on how to pronounce that. I have no clue. That's the name of the book. I'm sure you can figure it out without me telling you because I can't figure it out. So you'll have to do the hard work there. Over to DC Comics, we have Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, number 7. Trying to read that title there was a challenge. This, of course, a Purple Rain homage, another one in the DC universe on a DC comic cover. Very nicely done, though. Next up, we have Wonder Woman 797. This is the Babs Tarr variant. And I also picked up the International Women's Day variant because it is really awesome. Such a nice cover. Really, really nicely done. And that one is by Jasmine Darno. Really superb cover. Another superb cover by David Nakayama. This is issue number 53 of Catwoman. We've got Superman, issue number 2 in this new volume. First one was outstanding. Definitely going to want to check this out. Plus, it has a first appearance in it of that person, Marilyn Moonlight. And she's going to strike, apparently. Part 6 of the 1 Minute War over in Flash. This is Flash 795. Almost to 800 there. Let's move over to Marvel Comics. We've got Punisher, issue number 10. Look at that sad, sad cover there. Lots of burning, lots of dancing. We have a new volume of Doctor Strange, but I couldn't even get a Doctor Strange cover because I could not pass up this amazing America Chavez cover. Next up, we've got Women of Marvel, issue number 1. I think it's a one-shot. And here is She-Hulk, issue number 11. Great series. Guys, if you are not checking out She-Hulk, I cannot strongly enough suggest that you pick this up. It is so good. She-Hulk is really, really, really good. Don't be tainted if you heard people talking crap about the Disney Plus series. It's actually awesome. I actually love that series. But regardless of that, on its own separate thing, this book is so good. Definitely check it out. Next up, we've got Spider-Man, The Lost Hunt, issue number 5. Return of Spider Armor. Get up in it. Check out this amazing homage cover. This is just freaking awesome. This is Extreme X-Men, issue number 4. I love this homage. It's done very, very well. Very cool. It pays homage, but it doesn't do the same exact thing. Just the same positionings and stuff, but cool cover there. I like that one a lot. Here is issue number 11 of Carnage. And look, I am not a James Romita Jr. fan very much. He's cool, but not my, I don't know, not my kind of thing. This cover is amazing. This knocks it out of the park. This is what he should be doing because this is awesome. I love it. Here is Storm in the Brotherhood of Mutants. And the Brotherhood of Mutants, issue number 2. Part of the Sins of Sinister storyline. And we have Marauders, issue number 12. Great cover on that one as well. Last up for new books this week is Star Wars Darth Vader, issue 32. Always got to get up in Darth Vader. That's some good stuff. Let's move over to some back issues that I grabbed this week. And I actually got these little things from Oni Press. Oh, let's go in order. We've got Scott Pilgrim, number 1. Really stoked to find these, and they were actually only 50 cents a piece. So really cool, the whole thing there, 50 cents, awesome. Love it. Here is volume number 2, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Oh, sorry. We have Scott Pilgrim number 3. And in number 4, Scott Pilgrim Gets It Together. Got Scott Pilgrim, volume 5. And then, of course, Scott Pilgrim, volume 6. Like I said, really excited to get those. I've never had them before. I've read them digitally, but it's going to be cool to have them here like this. Super stoked about that. All that Scott Pilgrim. Super, super fun. Let's get into some back issues from Vertigo Comics, the DC imprint, and Brian Azzarello, one of the greatest writers of all time. Here is El Diablo, number 1. Of course, I had to pick up the Andy Dingle Swamp Thing number 1 from back whenever that came out because it's awesome. It's Vertigo. It's Andy Dingle. It's Swamp Thing. Speaks for itself. Man, speaking of Vertigo, I just got a bunch of Vertigo stuff. Here is number 1 of Bike Club. Grabbed a couple of the Authority 13s. Pair of those. So super excited to have found this book in the dollar bin from Now Comics. This is Terminator, The Burning Earth, issue number 4. Some Alexander Ross artwork. Really awesome. I love Terminator. I love Alex Ross. This is just win-win for everybody. Speaking of win-win, chromandium covers, embossed covers. Here is Action Comics 695. Super cool Superman cover. Plus, we got Lobo somewhere, like a page or something. 1 page. Lobo appears on 1 page. Where he should be. I picked up from Image Comics issue number 1 of Pit. Always great to have the first appearance of the Pit there. And then last, but definitely not least, some George Perez artwork. Here's Marvel Fanfare issue number 10 with a great George Perez cover. That's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it if you made it this long. Please, as always, check out my podcast, All New, All Different, number 1 Comics, on your podcatcher of choice or here on YouTube. We have a very, very, very special interview coming up on this episode. It's top secret, so I'm not going to give anything away as to who's going to be on, other than if you can guess it in the comments below before I upload the episode, I will mail you something super, super huge. All I can tell you is he is a horror icon, a modern horror icon. He is an illustrator. He's also writing his own series right now. That's all I'll say. Nothing else. If you can guess that in the comments below, I will send you something amazing. But you have to guess before it gets posted. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Thank you for checking out the podcast if you have been. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys picked up this week. Let me know if I missed out on anything awesome. And as always, I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys tuning in and checking it out. Once again, shameless plug for the podcast, All New, All Different, number 1 Comics on your podcatcher of choice here on YouTube. Please leave those comments below. And if you're into the podcast, please leave us a suggestion of a comic book that you would like us to cover, because we need some suggestions. We're coming up with all of it by ourselves, and we suck at coming up with things by ourselves. So please leave a comment. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.